Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden and 2K packs? Well, look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and most reliable Madden and 2K coins on the market. And of course, do not forget to use code Ferdy for 5% off. A link for their website is at the top of the description. What's going on, guys? Today we have a pre-zero chill wide receiver tier list, and I do fully expect to be updating this tier list again before the end of the month, just because of how much content I'm expecting to get with Zero Chill. And by the way, tonight, live over on Twitch for the Zero Chill reveal watch party. So if you're not already following on Twitch, make sure you are, link down in the description. Yeah, let's just get started. Here is the wide receiver tier list that we are getting started off with today. A tier, we got Ocho, Julio, Mike Wallace, Jarvis Landry, and Stevie Johnson. And yeah, the first player we're looking at today is all Madden Cooper Kupp. So Cooper Kupp, stat-wise, isn't gonna blow you away, but as a slot receiver, he is, I would say, probably like top 4 in the game right now. I feel like receivers have different places where they're super strong. Like guys like Randy and Calvin, who we're going to talk about later in the video, are better on the outsides. But a guy like Cooper Kupp, or maybe like the Steve Smith card, even the Art Monk card, are better in the slot. And Cooper Kupp also does get 1 AP slot apprentice. And the best part about this card is the fact he does get 0 AP short in, which is one of the best abilities in the game for beating man coverage. So yeah, for that reason, I think Cooper Kupp has to be a high B tier receiver. Definitely like a fringe A tier guy, though. I think he definitely could be considered low A because of the abilities, but 91 speed, it just keeps getting slower and slower every single day, especially with Zero Chill coming up. I feel like, high B tier is where Cooper Kupp kind of fits. So next man up is Stevie Johnson, 6'2" with 93 speed, 94 acceleration, 3 thresholds, over 90 in all the catching stats, good after the catch, well, solid after the catch, pretty good with a 90 juke move. Here is where it gets a little bit concerning. This man can't block anyone, but I'm not gonna knock him too much for that, but like these blocking stats might be the worst I've ever seen. He has 11 run block finesse. I don't even know, like, is he, I don't know. 13 run block power, 40 impact block. That's crazy. For a guy who's 207 as well, I mean, that's honestly like impressive how low these stats are. That's actually crazy to me. But yeah, I mean, his speed's good, his size is good. Stevie's just a good, he's gonna play well for you, really. So, Stevie, I'm gonna knock him down a little bit though. Like if he had like maybe slightly better, maybe like plus 20 on his run block, which would leave him at like 60 to 50, which I mean, in some spots it's 11. It's crazy. I don't know. I think Stevie belongs. I'm gonna put Stevie behind Julio. Yeah, I mean, like the run block for me, it does hurt a little bit, and also the abilities on this card aren't that great either. Does get deep in, which is okay, and outside apprentice, which I guess is pretty good. If you're gonna put him on like post routes, this setup could be pretty good actually. Yeah, that could be pretty good. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't hate this card. It's just a run block that really terrifies me. And next man up is the LTD Blitz, Jalen Waddle. He is technically tied for the fastest wide receiver in the game right now at 94 speed, but the card's 5'10", 180. Run blocking wise, not great, but he's much better than Stevie, plus 20 there. I just cannot believe how bad they did Stevie's run block. When I was first looking at him, like, there's no way he's 11. Like, I still cannot believe that they actually did that. But after the catch, card's pretty good. His pre-baked abilities, discounted abilities, they're okay. I feel like if you're under 5'10", deep out elite, I mean, it could work, but like, you're not realistically throwing an ag catch up to Jalen Waddle. That's why I like deep out. Does get short out, but I mean, that's really only in like certain people's schemes if you're running an outside receiver on like a slant or a quick in. I mean, it's 0 AP, you might as well run it or whatever, but also slot on Madden for 2 AP as well. So there's Jalen Waddle. A redux should be coming soon for this card. He's going for a lot right now. But yeah, Jalen Waddle, we're going to throw him at like, yeah, mid to low-ish A tier. That makes sense for this card. And let's stop right there. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn those notifications. We are on the road to 50,000 subscribers. And of course, I need your guys' help to do that. We do post this daily Madden 23 content, tier list gameplays, and Zero Chill is coming up. So this would be a great time to hit that subscribe button. And next man up is Justin Jefferson, 6'1", perfect receiving stats, good after the catch. Abilities can definitely be better, but if you like route tech, it's there for you. 3 AP, deep out, deep in, which I like. Like, for example, deep out's a good ability to have on Justin Jefferson because you might actually put him on the outside and try throwing an ag. With a guy like, Jalen Waddle, who's 5'10", it's probably not in your best interest to try something like that. But Justin Jefferson cards always play well, good route running animations. His cards always feel smooth, they always look good, they always play good. So yeah, for that reason, Justin Jefferson is going up towards the top of A tier. And really, between him and Ocho, it's really just interchangeable depending on preference. Both get very similar abilities, very, very similar. So kind of comes down to preference and what fits your scheme better. So next up, we have the heavily debated Steve Smith Sr. card. 5'9", which we all know is a pretty big red flag, but stat-wise, the card is basically perfect. Yeah, I mean, perfect receiving stats, 94 speed, 94 acceleration, making him the fastest, tied for the fastest wide receiver in the game right now. So yeah, there's that. Price tag's pretty reasonable, and the abilities on this card are really good. I love the 0 AP short in, obviously. I don't think this ability setup's as good as Cooper Kupp's, but he's 3 speed faster than Cooper Kupp. He's shorter, but I think I would definitely take Steve Smith over the Cooper Kupp card without question. I think Steve Smith right now is the second best slot option in the game. So I'm going to be putting Steve Smith. We're going to put Steve. This one's tough, but I'm going to put him in front of Julio. But again, depending on where you need this card to play, it could all be different. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's tough to rank Steve Smith because, yeah, he's fast, has great stats and good abilities, but he's just 5'9". So obviously putting him on the outside, throwing an ag is not for him. But for a guy like Julio, that makes a lot more sense. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. But Steve Smith, definitely towards the higher end of A tier. Okay, so now we're getting into the cream of the crop here. We have Larry Fitzgerald. This card stat-wise is amazing. Stat-wise, build-wise, he's really good. Ability-wise, this card does miss in my opinion, and that was the one reason I was thinking about maybe putting Larry at A tier. But the stats on this card are just so good, and I know how Larry cards play, like after the catch, strength is crazy. Run blocking, he was cheated a little bit. I mean, he should have at least 70 run block in my opinion. It's a Larry Fitzgerald card. Have you seen that man run block before? But yeah, I mean, this card's really good. Good speed, good size at 6'3", 218. I don't know if I mentioned that. I know you guys can't see it, but red zone threat's good. 1 AP red zone threat, super good. And slide-o-matic's good. I just don't know if, I mean, yeah, you can play him in the slot for sure with slide-o-matic. I think slide-o-matic is interesting because it basically does what short in does. Basically, it does what it does, and it is discounted. And I mean, you might as well run slide-o-matic over short in if it's the same AP amount. So I mean, yeah, it's up in the air for me with Larry Fitzgerald, but I definitely do think he is an S tier option right now in this game. Debatably high A though. I would hear a debate for him being high A tier. I definitely could hear it. So next up, we have Art Monk, and in my opinion, Art Monk is the best slot receiver in the game right now. 6'3", 210. Great receiving stats, the catch in traffic, the release, the route running, it's all there. Even after the catch, this card's really good. His build is good. The card plays super well. But in my opinion, he is the best slot guy in the game. So when you do power up Art Monk on his normal Legends card, he doesn't look like he would be as good as he really is ability-wise. But when you power up this Legend Art Monk, what happens is you get the slot, automatic slot abilities, which means, yes, 1 AP short in, 1 AP short out, which is amazing. So you get 1 AP short in, but you also get special discounted abilities like 1 AP slot apprentice. You can go 1 AP deep out. So if you want to, a really good 3 AP setup on this card could be deep out if you want to throw an ag. He could be your do-it-all receiver. You can put on 1 AP deep out if you want to throw ag, catches, streaks, if you see a guy playing single man coverage. Or you can go with 1 AP short in, or you can even go with slot apprentice if you need it. For just 3 AP, that setup 1-1-1 is super broken. I think Art Monk is the best and debatably one of the more versatile cards in the game right now because of that ability setup, size, speed, and receiving stats. And next man up is, of course, Randy Moss. I do think that Randy's ability buckets could be better, but we all know this card, 6'4", 210, 96 acceleration, 93 speed, perfect receiving stats, good after the catch. If we go down here, however, I don't like route tech. I'm not a route tech guy. 3 AP is kind of the same thing I said about Justin Jefferson, but 0 AP deep out is nice. But the thing is, you really don't, with his archetype being what it is, with his archetype being playmaker, he doesn't get any, super special discounts. So, yeah, you can run short in with deep out, 0 AP. You could do it. And that could make him a good slot and outside guy, equivalent to Art Monk. But I feel like I'm not going to cheat him because of these abilities, because I still like some of the ability sets that you can give this card. But I do feel like it could have been better as far as them giving him different pre-baked stuff. So, yeah, Randy Moss, I'm going to put him in front of Art Monk because he has an inch on him, speed, acceleration, stuff like that, and his cards always play well. But, yeah, I feel like Randy was a little bit cheated with the abilities. They definitely could have been better. So next up, we have DK Metcalf, and DK cards are always just stupid good. This one is no different. 94 speed, so the fastest in the game right now. Same speed as you know, 5'10" Waddle, 5'9" Steve Smith, but this card is 6'3", 235 pounds. Perfect receiving stats. After the catch, this card literally has the stats better than some running backs, but again, cheated on the run block, just like Larry Fitzgerald. I mean, DK Metcalf's one of the best run blocking receivers in the NFL right now, and they gave him 57 run block. This should have at least been 65. That's not even asking for a lot. It should have at least been 70 if we're being honest. But for the abilities on DK, I'm actually a fan of this setup right here. I like red zone threat. If you're not going to use red zone threat, then yeah, don't put it on him. You can kind of save an AP right there. But I love run off elite. Run off elite, if you're someone that likes running the football, run off elite just takes cornerbacks out of plays. It's stupid how broken this ability is. You just call hike and there's not even any run blocking. They just run down the field, hand by hand, just running. They probably gave him this ability because of the clip that you saw. I think it was against the Giants, I believe it was, where DK had this nasty run off in the corner ran with him. But it's super consistent. It's not this consistent in real life, obviously, but it is there. 0 AP run off elite. If you want, just give him deep out 1 AP, but I do like the red zone threat, run off, and the deep out elite combo, which is right, where is it? Right here. So that's going to be a 3 AP setup, which is honestly not bad, and you get a bunch of versatility in the red zone, in the run game, and you can also still throw those ags. Yeah, and he has the stats and the size to, of course, back that up. So easily, DK Metcalf is going to the top of S tier in front of Randy Moss. And finally, last but not least, we have the perfect wide receiver right now in MUT, and that is Calvin Johnson. He's easily number one. This card really doesn't miss, in my opinion, anywhere at all. After the catch, perfect. And they cheated his spin move, so that's perfect. Receiving stat-wise, perfect. Speed, perfect. And run block at 83 on this card. And I know I value run block a lot on receivers, but this just makes me it just makes me so excited. That's, to put it PG, it makes me excited when I see 80 impact block with 83 run block with stats like this on a 6'5", 236 pound man, and not to mention the abilities on this card are just amazing. Deep out, deep in, 1 AP. There you go. And you could also give him that short in for 2 AP. So you can run deep out, deep in, short in for 3 AP. That is insane. Just stupid good. So there you go. Basically, with deep out, deep in for literally 1 AP, every single deep route you run, if it's single coverage, you have a good chance of coming down with it. That's basically what this means for just 1 AP, which is pretty crazy. I'm also happy that they gave him, I mean, it would have been even more broken if these were switched and deep out was a 0 AP and deep in was 1 AP. That would have been crazy, because I feel like deep out is actually better because you're on the outside and it's, you know, much easier to kind of activate that. But yeah, Calvin Johnson to me is the perfect wide receiver and debatably a tier above maybe even DK because of how good the run block, the abilities, the speed, the size, all that stuff really is. But yeah, if you are new here, like I said, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, drop a comment down below. What would you change? Who's too high? Who's too low? Let me know down below. And yeah, as always, I will see you boys in the next one.